Phases of economic development. Rostow's 5 stages. Walt Whitman Rostow, also known as W. Rostow, was an economist in the Lyndon B. Johnson administration from 1966 to 1969. He also published articles and developed models on economic development. One of his most prominent ideas was the 5 stages of economic development. Each of Rostow's 5 stages builds on previous stage, becoming more complex and integrated, depending on the economic forces at play, the time it takes to move through each of Rostow's stages varies. We'll begin discussing each stage in detail, then we'll talk about how Rostow's model the 5 stages. Traditional society. The first stage of Rostow's model, and the one in which societies begin. In the traditional society. The traditional society stage was prevalent prior to the 1700s, when most societies operated in a relatively stable state and productivity didn't rise or fall. Precondition takeoff. There is a period of transition between the traditional society and a society. The takeoff, and for certain time that society is establishing the precondition for takeoff. Takeoff. When the preconditions for takeoff are met, a society can take off. Educated individuals start inventing new process and tools and access to capital through financial markets, and banks make it possible to produce goods and services on larger scale. The next of Rostow's 5 stages has a general length of time associated with it, the drive maturity. According to Rostow's, the drive to maturity is about a 60-year period between the takeoff and the final stages, the age of mass consumption. During this short period, an economy, age of mass consumption. After the drive to maturity, an economy reaches maturity and begins the final stage, the age of mass consumption. Think of the United States, much of Europe, and some of Asia today, and you can see this stage of development at work. The quantity and quality of product. The end of report presentation. Thank you.